Okay, friends, how the heck are you today? Aaron Michael Eschenberg and Pants the cat here today to give you some astrology, a little daily horoscope for Friday, the 26th of April 2019. So we've got another big day. Always, every day's a great day. The moon has moved into Aquarius. All right, so the Aquarius is about future thinking. So your moon is what you need, right? So what we need is to communicate. We need to communicate. We need to be in a futuristic place of thinking ahead, not thinking on the past, which is really great, right? So we had that moon conjunct the north node or the south node here on Thursday. So it's like this great letting go. Letting go. Then the moon moves into futuristic Aquarius, which is again, Capricorn and Aquarius are the two least emotional signs in the zodiac. And this because they're, again, one is focused on work and the other is focused on like creating a future. So we let the Cancer and the Leo kind of, these are the oppositions. So the Cancer is like this homebody kind of idea where Capricorn's the business, the work mentality. And then Leo is like, I'm the star of the show, where Aquarius is the director. So every star needs its director. So when when the moon moves into, and this is like the whole weekend, which is great. This is such a great weekend, as it's like Friday, Saturday, we have the moon is going to be in Aquarius, which is like, it's light, it's buzzy, it's electricity, a lot of energy, high energy. It's a fixed air sign. So it's like communication is really, really great. Again, the majority of our presidents of the United States, not the current one, but the majority of our presidents were Aquarians because they're very future thinking, which can lead to them sometimes not being so emotionally there, not emotionally present. So, but how this works, again, we're not talking about Aquarians, we're talking about the evolutionary astrology here. So it's like, when we think about this, we just came from an emotional release. We came from an emotional release. The past 3-4 days have been one after another of let go, let go, let go. Then Thursday was a really great let go and a starting of something new, a fresh new beginning of something. And then Friday is just like, ooh, what was left off on Thursday, this kind of new beginning moving into something, because we've had this great release and we've found this release. We found ourselves. When we found ourselves, we find new things that we're moving forward toward. All right. So now let's bring in some of the aspects today. Let's take a look at the chart here. Okay. So here we go. So here we see the moon, 3 degrees. Now what it's doing is, see this red line, it's going to be squaring Uranus and the sun. Okay. So let me talk about that for a quick second. So Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius. Okay. So Uranus is the great awakener. Uranus is the lightning storm. It is the earthquake. It is, it's that instantaneous transition, that moment. It is that moment. It's the car crash. It is the aha moment. It is the eureka. It is when the light bulb turns on or explodes, or, catastrophic event that leads to really great events. Personal belief. I think we need the villains in the world, because when we have the villains is when we see the heroes rise up. And sometimes the hero doesn't know his own power or her own power or strength until we're faced with the villain, right? So when the villain presents itself to the world, all of a sudden the heroes kind of unite and say, oh, I can remedy this, or I have a solution to this, or I have what it takes to overcome this or to lead. But sometimes those leadership capabilities and qualities are kind of buried down inside, and there hasn't been a reason. They're dormant. There hasn't been a reason for them to strike and come alive. Okay, so this all of this awakening that's been happening the past couple of days, weeks, months, right? And now we're leading into this. Hey, you get to be the hero here. This moon. Let's look at this aspect here. Boom, boom. It's just like we get to arise and be the hero of our own destiny, of our own dreams. Okay? And we get to move forward emotionally in the future to create a better future, for ourselves and others. Okay? So now here's this other aspect, 17 degrees, 17. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. This just started on Thursday, going strong on Friday. I'm going to give you a glimpse here. Look at this. It's still 1756 to 18 degrees. It's still going to be going strong on Saturday too. but we'll talk about that more tomorrow. I mean, it's kind of all interrelated. And sometimes we can be with Mars squaring Neptune is an interesting opposition. We can become obsessive, very obsessive, and it's like, let me see the best way to put this. We as we're dealing with all of this new stuff coming to light, we found a lot of new answers. Okay. A lot of new answers have been filling holes or making sense, or that eureka thing that turns on, the aha moment, this turns on, and it's just like, it's this one thing. This was blocking me, or this is now aiding me to get where I'm going, whatever it may be. So it's like this one thing. Sometimes we can put the horse blinders on and be so fixated by that one thing that we lose track of everything else. And sometimes that one thing was about is accumulation of everything else. All right, like nutmeg, for example. This is very random and off, but it's like this is where my brain went. Nutmeg is not like a psychotropic drug. However, when it's used in with wormwood and thujone, in what is the green drink called? I'm like looking for an answer here. You're supposed to shout it out to me. Absinthe. Thank you, whoever said that. Absinthe. So when you have wormwood and thujone, which is the two ingredients that they don't have in like the Americanized version of absinthe. However, nutmeg mixed with thujone and wormwood, nutmeg is a psychotropic active drug, but you can't just sit there and eat a bunch of nutmeg out of your counter and trip out. You know what I'm saying? Like out of your counter, out of your cupboard, whatever. You know what I'm saying though? So it's just like, it's with these other ingredients that the psychotropic properties of nutmeg become, activated. So sometimes we can be fixated on this one thing that is solving a solution, but we're negating all of the other things that are coming with it. So in this day, as we're coming through these new breakthroughs and we're leading into this weekend really high and excited, and whatever that one thing is that's been helping us out, we should pay homage to it and be very excited and happy that it is in our lives, but as well to be open to understanding that it's one of many things that are here aiding us right now into getting us to where we're going and creating the new future of ourselves. So that's your Friday in a nutshell, in a nutmeg. Happy Friday. We'll see you tomorrow.